A teacher was fired after using a Ouija board in the classroom in Flint, Michigan. Not just any class.
And she had carved an upside down cross on her pregnant belly while she was pregnant with a screwdriver.
No, you're gonna leave. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
Mirrors are portals to the spiritual realm. Let me explain. As many of you...
and this is going to freak everyone out. Every mirror on the face of the earth is haunted. Yes. Every one. Every single one.
I have a black scrying mirror. There are many ways to use this magical tool, but more on that next time.
Someone sent me a cursed Ouija board over a year ago, and we're gonna open it today. The past 15 years of...
Despite it feeling weird, we figured we still need to tell the story because this is a good reminder to everybody that you need to check on your loved ones.
And the board spelled back K-I-L-L. My name is John Kozak.
They say it's just a game until it opens a door you can't close and people end up possessed. What if mirrors aren't just glass but gateways to something far more sinister? Tonight we're stepping into places where the rules don't exist, and curiosity can cost you everything.
Do you still want to communicate using the board?
Yep, important. It's important what you have to share with us. Hi. You
like you. Not you. You're not allowed to be here.
You'll deal with it.
No, I won't.
No, we will not.
We're going to say goodbye if you continue to be here. You have to move on.
Bad. Yeah, we are going to stop communicating with you. Important.
If it's important, then you will respect our boundaries.
I feel like there's like a trickster ghost.
Yeah.
Are you playing pranks on us?
Over.
Somebody sent me this video, and obviously I have to share it with you guys. The way I need to stop watching these at nighttime. So apparently these people had been playing the Ouija board when shit went left. So this video is from El Cucuy here on TikTok. I don't think they were the original person that recorded this, but I believe they upload a whole bunch of scary videos if you want to go check them out. The video is in Spanish, but it does have captions. But basically they had been playing the Ouija board and one of their friends started acting weird, and let me show you. Look at the face that pops out. What? So that video ended with them trying to go outside to go get help. So they noticed that one of their friends was acting weird and was in the room. Obviously that chick walks in there, and then that face pops out with their friend, but looks really strange. That door closes and they're like, how is she holding the door closed? They're all scared. Don't play with the Ouija board, especially if you don't know how to play with the Ouija board. Why am I so I'm like up here, I need to tone it down, come back down. My dumbass played with the Ouija board as a kid. Never again. But I do feel like there's some people who could play with the Ouija board the right way if you know what you're doing, but also you're taking that risk. But what did
Not too long ago in the UK, a boy believed he was speaking to Satan on the Ouija board. He asked him, well, if you're Satan, what would you have me do? And the board spelled back K-I-L-L. My name is John Kozik. I'm the owner of the Salem Ouija Board Museum, the world's only Ouija Board museum.
The fact that these are feared is why I love them so much.
The spiritualist movement in America really starts in the mid-1800s, and that's because so many people have been affected by death because of the Civil War. So everything from seances, table tipping, pendulum, tarot cards, and eventually talking boards all take place in that time. In 1890, Charles Kennard, along with Elijah Bond, are the first to mass produce a board. Before that, these boards were homemade. It originally was called a witch board, but a woman named Helen Peters asked the board what it wanted to be called, and it spelled back Ouija. And she asked, well, what does that mean? The board spelled back good luck. After the board gets named, Helen goes to the patent office where nobody wanted to sign off on the patent until finally the chief patent clerk had said, well, I don't know you, you don't know me. If you can use this board, tell me my name, I'll give you the patent. She used the board, told him his name. That's how we got the patent for the Ouija board.
Probably easier if you look at this picture on the wall up here is a guy with glasses. His name is William Fuld.
William Fuld eventually takes over production of the Ouija brand in 1892. An interesting story about William Fuld is he had used the Ouija board, and it told him he should build a second factory in Baltimore. He built the factory. Sometime later, he was supervising the installation of a flagpole up on the roof, and he ended up falling off the roof, dying from his injuries. On his deathbed, he told his family not to sell Ouija. Well, 39 years to the day, on the anniversary of his death, the family did indeed sell to Parker Brothers here in Salem, Mass. So Parker Brothers bought the Ouija brand in 1966, and they paid $1 million for it, and that was most ever paid for a game at that point. In 1967, Ouija became the first and only game to actually outsell Monopoly. Now, eventually they went out of business, and Hasbro is the current owner of the brand today. When the board came out, people viewed death very differently than today. You have to think that back then, when someone in your family died, you would put them on display in the parlor, you would take photographs of them dead, take their hair and make jewelry out of it. So because they're viewing death differently, they view the Ouija board much differently. Things really changed in the early 70s. I think a lot of that has to do with the movie The Exorcist.
Where'd this come from?
They explained how the little girl in the film, Linda Blair, became possessed. She had used the Ouija board alone. And after that movie, people started changing the way they used the board. Today it's more of a dare game, a sleepover party game, as opposed to the original intent, which was to communicate with the spirit that you knew. Plenty of people come to this museum and have experiences. I see it happen. People walk to certain boards that were donated and tell me that's where they feel something. I have people that just feel the pressure in their chest as soon as they walk in the room. I've had people get almost like vertigo. They get very dizzy and have to leave the museum because of being around the boards. Recently, I had a woman come in the museum, and the first thing she told me was that in her hearing aid, she heard, "Get out."
Yo, oh my God, look up.
Why is it going to no?
It said no?
It said no.
Be like, yo, the camera's moving. Yo, bro, the camera's moving.
Bro, I'm leaving, bro. Yo, I'm leaving. Was it you that moved the camera? Bro, the fucking car is going off, bro. 4K. Yo! Was that you that just turned on the alarm?
This board, y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? 4K?
Yes. Bro. I left the keys over. I'm panicking, bro. Where the fuck are the keys?
I'm telling you, bro, you have to say goodbye. That's like a must, bro. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to say goodbye.
I'm gonna say goodbye and I'm gonna leave. Should I leave the board?
Bring it, bro. Don't leave it. Don't leave it.
I took the lights and everything. Bro.
Don't leave it, bro.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Chris, look at the stream.
Oh my god, bro.
There's a big fire in there.
There's a fire?
There's a fire.
Get out of there, run. Yo, get out of there. I'm not gonna get out of there. Get out of there.
Bro, what is burning though? Bro, if that's the board, bro, everything just escaped.
Ryan, go home, bro. I think you just go home, bro. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. You're not allowed to follow me. Say it out loud right now.
Goodbye, you're not allowed to follow me. Bro, I don't think that's gonna work, bro. No, it's not. Bro, I see it. I see it. Yo, it's the board.
It's the board.
It's the board and the planchette.
It's the board. No, with the planchette. No, it's yours off. It's yours off.
Oh my god. Bro, I'm not touching it.
Say goodbye. Fuck it. Say goodbye. Try to say goodbye. Oh, the board is burnt. Oh my god. The board is burnt. Oh, sorry. I don't know. That was the board. That was the fucking board.
So do I just say goodbye?
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye. Just say goodbye. Try again. Say goodbye.
I did.
Is it just a game? A board full of letters, numbers, and a planchette? But what happens when you invite something in and it refuses to leave? From lifelong collectors to teachers losing their jobs, from possessions caught on camera to whispers in languages you don't quite understand. The Ouija board is more than a cardboard and ink. It's an open doorway to the other side. It's a deadly contract.
To cast and found in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. We're in this little antique store. Check this out. A 1960s William Fole Ouija board. And not to mention, right when I picked that thing up, I walked upstairs and the very next spot I stopped at, a thing of flashcards flew off the shelf at me. I'm going to tag the store in this. They can attest to it. That was nuts. There it is. Definitely looks used. There's marks all over it, which I freaking think is super cool. Planchette. Since we had that weird incident in the store earlier, I'm going to turn on the spirit box for a second and see if anything pops up. Can you tell me if there's any kind of energy stuck with this board still?
A teacher was fired after using a Ouija board in the classroom in Flint, Michigan. Not just any classroom, but an elementary school classroom. An article reported November 22nd gives more details on the incident. Ouija is a trademark brand name of talking boards owned by Hasbro. Talking boards were initially introduced in spiritualist communities in the mid-1800s, but by the early 1900s, talking boards were no longer handmade. They were an entrepreneurial venture specifically concentrated in Baltimore, and several different men were kind of vying for the title of who owned the rights to Ouija. Since that time period, Ouija has become kind of a household staple. You can buy them at Walmart, Target, and even Five Below has $5 Ouija boards. The Flint Community Schools had an education meeting Wednesday, November 20th, because a concerned parent voiced her displeasure about the incident. Now, I'm nosy and looked up the specific parent that reported the incident. She said she tried being easy, but her child told her that they used a Ouija board in the classroom, and basically they introduced it, told the history, and then the next day brought one in. And when they brought it in, they said if anyone was uncomfortable, they could leave the classroom. Specifically telling the students who weren't comfortable to leave the classroom is what allegedly alarmed the parent the most. As you can see, after the meeting on the 20th, they did fire that teacher. It's mentioned that the Ouija board is specifically associated with the paranormal. It's not part of the curriculum, and the teacher deviated from the curriculum by exposing them to it. After the teacher was fired, the parents said Flint should really be proud of how we came together and advocated for our kids. I'm curious if they'd have the same reaction if Clue or Monopoly, which introduces the kids to capitalism and jail, were brought in the classroom. I'm also curious if these same parents would have the same reaction if someone brought a Bible into the classroom. I want to know your thoughts. Do you think they made the right decision? Someone sent me a cursed Ouija board over a year ago, and we're gonna open it today. The past 15 years of her life have felt cursed. She suffered a lot of loss and experienced a ton of freak incidents. She really felt like there was no hope to getting better. Before contacting me, she visited a medium. Her first reading felt accurate and spot on. Her Her and her friends were sitting in on each other's readings. Everything was going great. Until the medium mentioned her Ouija board use. She looked at her and she said, "We need to talk about your Ouija board usage." She said for over a year, she used the Ouija board pretty much every week. The medium felt that something had attached to her from the board all those years ago, and that had made her life cursed. She instructed her that she needed to get rid of the Ouija board somehow and wasn't sure what to do or if she should burn it. She wasn't comfortable just formally setting boundaries and felt better just getting rid of it entirely, so she mailed it to me. You can tell she used this thing a lot, and there are different spots on the board and a lot of wear on the box. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do now that it's open.
My dad's gonna show you his Ouija board collection, so you better be nice.
Hi, I'm gonna show you my Ouija board collection. This one is a cool refrigerator magnet I found at a convention. Another really cool one I have is Ouija boards for my Lego figures. I got 4 of those. See, I got 4 of those. This one here I got from Five Below. This is my newest one. I like to go to secondhand stores and get Ouija boards used. This one was just by itself, kind of just chilling. And I got this one. Hopefully it came with some spirits. This one is a newer version of the Ouija board. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but what I am a huge fan of is the actual planchette that comes with it. Is really cool looking. This one actually glows in the dark. I found this one used too. This is another one that glows in the dark, but what was really cool when I found it and it was used, I opened it up and it had 2 boards in it. So I got 2 boards for the price of 1 used. Really cool. Now we're getting to cool ones. This one is a reproduction of the original 1972 Ouija board. I found this one used, and this one also. But my favorite one of all is this one here. This is the original from 1972. This is my very first one I found in the store, and I got in trouble because I bought it and I brought it home and it had spirits attached to it. But yeah, look at that. That's cool. That's my Ouija board collection.
These stories aren't just about the board. It's about the contracts, the spiritual contracts one enters in knowingly and unknowingly. Now we're moving into an even darker territory, where those doors don't just open, they take hold of the person on the other side. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray for protection over anyone watching this video. We pray that you cover them and that no negative influences come through these screens. In your name, amen. Let's go.
Verte.
Pierwszy raz słyszę, żeby ktoś takie dźwięki
No tak, no. Pole wieciarki przeszedł.
Ona się dali pod pociąg, nie?
Co jest k***a grane, to ja nie mam pytań, nie?
Ty, gdzie są psy, kurwa? Nie jestem zadzwonieniem po psy, ale kurwa w tym wypadku to trzeba, nie?
No. Pan na kto się zadzwoni zaraz?
To są te wysokisty, ty. Wysokiści.
Nie wiem.
Zatory to łapali. No,
Tak, kurwa, za
dzieje
to
się.
Młoda? Głos ma taki młody w miarę.
Tak, tak. Na stówę to ta, co tu łaziła, to szmata. Ona jak czarownica do mnie wyglądała. Ja chcę zobaczyć, jak psy do niej podjeżdżają i ją biorą, nie? Oni się zesrają, nie? Naprawdę. Księdza, po księdza lepiej. A nie po policji.
Is to approach the paranormal when it comes to demonology. It's the most fascinating corner of the paranormal because you think about the most taboo, extreme type of paranormal activity would be with these types of hauntings, and I started to become emotionally invested to try to help this girl. And she would call me, and a bunch of these instances she would start speaking in tongue. And they were occult symbols on the mirror, and she had carved an upside down cross on her pregnant belly while she was pregnant with a screwdriver. She would wake up and realize she had dirt in her fingers, and she was outside and clawing, in the dirt outside and sleepwalking. She had a young boy, and this boy would be influenced sometimes too. One night, she called me, and the young boy was running around the house and screaming, "The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, mark of the beast, 666. And all of a sudden I hear the kid go, "Look, mommy's floating." This stuff can really mess with you and ruin your life. And this poor girl and what she experienced was a perfect example of that.
Possession isn't always like the movies. Sometimes it's sudden, violent, and deeply real. From public breakdowns to seances gone wrong, these moments capture what happens when something else takes control and refuses to let you go.
The following video shows a woman doing a live stream inside her house when something extremely creepy is caught on camera. The woman in this video is known as Cello Loca, who's well known for doing tarot card readings and other fortune-telling activities. It isn't often the case, but occasionally Cello would go online and do a live stream where she does tarot card readings for her viewers. But it was just recently that Cello had done something completely different. Instead of reading cards as usual, she decides to do a seance inside her house. Little did she know that this would be a big mistake. As Cello tries to make contact with the dead, she talks to a friend on the phone who's watching the live stream. She sits in front of a mirror when all of a sudden, this happens.
Es como si me quedara inmovilizada. Mira que se ahora hacen así.
Ahora se abre la puerta.
¿Dónde está la puerta? ¿Se ve la puerta?
Sí.
Ábrete, ábrete. Ábrete puerta. Ábrete puerta. Que se abra la puerta. Que se abra.
No es posible. No es posible.
Ay, tu madre, hija de puta. No me toquéis que estoy protegida, ¿eh? No me toquéis que estoy protegida. No vale, ya abro la luz, tía.
Somehow, the door opens on its own. But even stranger is that it opened when Cello asked the supposed spirit to do so. Feeling completely terrified, she takes a moment to gather herself before proceeding further with the seance. What happens next has left her beyond spooked. Watch.
¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Estás enfadado? ¿Te puedes poner delante del espejo, por favor? ¿Te puedes poner delante? Venga, ponte delante del espejo, te quiero ver. Dios, tu puta madre, no, puta, que me caigo.
Hostia, Cello, cuidado.
No, well, no. No, you won't. I'll settle down. No. No, you're gonna leave. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. I ain't going nowhere. Yes, you are. No, well, no. I'll settle down. No, I'm not. I ain't going nowhere. I'll never leave. No, I understand what you're saying. You cannot. Carl's not worth the lives it can cost. No, it's not worth it. Come on. Carl. Stop, Carl. Carl. Come on. Now leave him alone. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. On everything! You understand me? No, I understand what you're saying. You understand? But you cannot. You understand me? You're leaving. You hear me? Because I'm going to help Carl. I'm going to help Carl to live a life of peace. Carl's not worth. Yes, he is. He's not worth the lives it can cost. Yes, he is. No, yes, he is. You understand me? He's not worth it. Now, it's time for you to leave. You understand? You understand, Charlie? Talk to me. Come on. Carl. Stop, Carl. Carl. Come on. Now leave him alone. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. Yeah. Larry? Yeah. Leave him. Leave him, Charlie. Leave him. Yeah. Fuck you! Leave him. Leave him, Charlie. Fuck everybody! Leave him, Charlie. Fuck everybody! Leave him, Charlie. He's fine! Leave him, Charlie. He's fine, man of God. Leave him. We've been here for 1,000 fucking years. Leave him. We're gonna stay here. I don't care. You think Carl's worth this whole fucking town? Leave him. Do you think?
Whether you call it oppression, possession, or influence, one truth remains. Once the enemy gets a foothold, a little inch, it won't give up willingly. Which is why the next tool we're going to explore has been feared for centuries. The Black Mirror. And are mirrors portals into something much more sinister? Let's go.
These mirrors are portals to the spiritual realm. Let me explain. As many of you may or may not know, spirits walk among us. It is said that spirits can more easily travel through dimensions through mirrors and windows. For example, Legend Bloody Mary consists of a person summoning Mary through the mirror by saying her name. Spirits can travel anywhere regardless of you having a mirror or a window or not. The only difference is that within mirrors there are different dimensions in which we cannot see. That is exactly why you should not have two mirrors facing one another. You are literally creating a portal. Notice how these look like stairs. That's also why you shouldn't have a mirror in front of your bed like this, because spirits love to scare people in the middle of the night. And that's exactly why it's advised that you don't look at yourself in the mirror during a lucid dream, because spirits like to scare you through mirrors.
Look at the dimension! Oh God, please don't tell me you got a mirror across from another mirror! Don't do that! Don't ever put a mirror across from another mirror! Oh God. Why would you do that? You do not do that. Did you do it before? No, you do not put a mirror across from another mirror. You will open a fucking portal to another goddamn dimension. Oh Lord, please forgive me for saying that. Oh God.
Real quick on that note. This is why a lot of bathrooms may seem haunted or a lot of weird stuff happens. Because bathrooms are majorly where mirrors are. Now, I don't sleep in front of a mirror. I close my bathroom door just because I believe in this stuff. I believe mirrors can be portals. Especially when I go use the bathroom at night, I avoid looking in that mirror entirely. What are your thoughts on mirrors? And we still have more to dive into. Let's go.
This is why I don't have mirrors in my house, because they're literal portals to other dimensions. So this fellow was alone at home and started hearing strange sounds. Freaked out, he started to film to try capture the sounds to prove to his girlfriend that he wasn't imagining things. He really wasn't expecting this to happen. Watch this.
No, 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 no! No, 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 não é possível! Que isso?
And this is going to freak everyone out. Every mirror on the face of the earth is haunted. Yes. Every one, every single one. The biggest, strongest spirit near a mirror will grab hold of it and keep all other spirits at bay. It will fight for this glance into our world. A portal's the same way. The biggest meanest is going to stand at the guard because it wants the energy of the portal. It wants the energy of the area that the portal came from. If you remove that one, the next biggest thing, or a bigger thing with no fight, might be on its way. And if it's closed, it's closed. That's great. However, how closed, how secure, how tight, how, and it comes back to that wonderful phrase, I don't know. We just don't know. And we don't understand it.
Sure. And for all the viewers who are now freaking out about their mirrors in their house, maybe we'll make a TikTok about how to lock your mirrors. There are ways to protect yourselves. Don't go smashing all your mirrors. So
you can see me? How's
Yeah.
the mirror know? What does it know? I'm blocked. How does the mirror know?
I really shouldn't be telling you this, but if you stand between two mirrors, you may open something that you can't close. This is part 2 of things you should not do to see if your house is haunted. But if you do, it's on you. Again, I won't put this out there. This is not on me if you do this. But if you continue to watch, here's something else you probably should not do. In the paranormal world, there is a belief that mirrors are portals. And if you position yourself between two mirrors, just like this, one in front of you and one behind you, there is a belief that you are opening doors for things to come through. And I'm completely serious when I say you shouldn't do this. But I have so many people who reach out and ask me ways to tell if your house is haunted. And if you do this, even if it isn't haunted, it could be that way afterwards. I suggest you don't do this. Definitely do not provoke. Do not say anything to provoke these evil spirits because they are evil. But I want to know if you've ever done this, or if you go against my advice and do it, let me know what you find. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless.
Touching? That means it's a portal.
Not a portal. Not a portal. Oh shit.
For centuries, seers used black mirrors to glimpse into the future, speak with the dead, and seek forbidden knowledge. But they're still being made today, but their shape has changed. In fact, you might be holding one right now.
What is a scrying mirror and how do you use it? This is a scrying mirror. It is made from black obsidian. A scrying mirror is just like a crystal ball, okay? Except it's made from black obsidian, so only good energies can communicate with you through a black obsidian scrying mirror. Now, what you do, how to use it. So what you do is you imagine a clear box, and you got to empty all your thoughts into this box, right? And you're trying to read this person. Say she's sitting over there, you want to talk to her deceased daddy, right? So you put all your thoughts in the box, and you got to back away from the box. So now you got an empty head, and you look and you focus into this scrying mirror. And you kind of unfold like an accordion would into the black obsidian scrying mirror, and you'll get a piece of information like Did your dad always... Toothpicks. I come back, I'm like, did your dad always use toothpicks? What's with the toothpicks in your dad? And they're like, oh my gosh, he always had a toothpick in his mouth. Okay, so that's how you use a black obsidian scrying.
How to make a black mirror for scrying. To make this, you will need a glass photo frame and some high gloss black spray paint. First, you want to wash your glass to make sure that there are no smudges or marks on it. And go to a well-ventilated area, preferably outside, lay the glass on paper and begin to spray evenly with the spray paint. Don't overspray the glass, you don't want the paint to run, this will ruin the finish. Leave to dry fully before adding another coat of paint. You're going to need to add 3 coats of paint in total. Leave to dry completely before adding the final coat of paint. Witch tip, draw a sigil or symbol with chalk before adding the final coat of paint for a magical boost. Once you finish adding the final coat, leave to dry fully, preferably for 24 hours, before adding to the frame. When dry, put it back in the frame, give it one final clean, and you now have a black scrying mirror. There are many ways to use this magical tool, but more on that next time.
As always, I show you these things for spiritual discernment and education only. I do not whatsoever condone any of the practices done in either of my videos. I now show you rituals. I show you demonology. The reason why we do this is to gain knowledge. For my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right? Don't practice these things. For those who are in the cults, and those of you who are witches, I know that you can attest that these things are real. But a lot of people across the globe think that these things are fairy tales only. Possessions aren't real. Playing with the Ouija board isn't real. Even mirrors, scrying. Let's keep diving.
Let's talk about black mirrors. And no, I do not mean the TV show. I mean something like this. You see, many of you may have recognized these things before, not really quite known what they were. But I think it's important that you understand this. You see, black mirrors were used for an event called scrying. You see, people would use black mirrors to scry, to see into other people's lives. It was a way of channeling demons to show them other people's doings and dealings and events that were going on in the world. Scrying is likely where we get the word spying. It's a demonic channeling ability. People would light candles and bow before the mirror and channel a spirit to then look into it to see what they could see. This is where we get the term mirror, mirror on the wall, or magic mirror on the wall. This is referring to the practice of scrying, popularized by Disney, of course. Earlier forms, before the Renaissance renovated the black mirror scrying acts, they would use bowls of obsidian and black surfaces, pour water in them, and stare into the bowl to see what they can see. This is an evil practice. It is a form of witchcraft, occultism, and divination, and it evokes demons. But these are all antiquated forms of black mirror scrying, because they've got a better one now. The one in your hand. You see, this device is a black mirror, and it's very fitting that you look into it when you check people's Facebooks to see what they're doing and see the things, the status of what other people are doing. It's eerily similar to what scrying was used for, to spy on people and see what they're doing. Making offerings and bowing before the scrying mirror is a very common practice. Isn't that fitting that we sit there, hold your phone, and bow? as you scroll the feeds and check out other people's lives. Isn't it interesting that they call it a feed? You see, feed is what is given to cattle to fatten you up, or fatten up your soul, while you sit there bowing down to the black mirror, scrying, looking into other people's lives and seeing what they're doing. You see, the witchcraft and occult practices in the world never went away. They just evolved into things that you don't even recognize today, but are in your pocket all the time. Even the Wikipedia page for scrying mentions the use of smartphones as a method of scrying. Something you bow down to more than you realize. I wonder what kind of demons get on you through the media that we look at today. But remember, everything in your world revolves around God and the Bible, whether you believe in it or not.
Do y'all understand that TVs and cell phones are black mirrors? And you may be asking, hey Quan, what's a black mirror? Let me take your ass to school real quick. A black mirror is used in witchcraft. A black mirror, also known as a scrying mirror, is a tool used in witchcraft and divination for the purpose of scrying, a practice where practitioners focus on the mirror's surface to gain insights into the past, present, and future. The mirror's dark surface is thought to act as a portal or window into other realms, allowing practitioners to see visions or receive messages. Does that not sound like a motherfucking cell phone? Does that not sound exactly like a motherfucking cell phone? You see visions on it all day that represent the past, present, and future. All the photos and videos that you got are all of the past and the present. You receive messages on it all day, whether it be from people or it be from apps. You can't tell me a phone is not a portal to another realm. I could be in the United States and you could be in fucking Peru. You could be in Fiji and we can FaceTime like we right beside each other. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. A TV gives you visions too of the past, present, and future. That's what the news is. That's what TV shows are. YouTube, social media, they're all giving you visions of the past, present, and future. And we be looking at these motherfuckers all day long. Remember the Queen from Snow White? Yeah, she had a black mirror. Remember Lord Farquaad? Yeah, he had a black mirror. And we just be staring at these motherfuckers all day long. Yeah, so black mirrors are used for witchcraft and we all use them every single day. So all those people out there who are unaware, you aware now because I just schooled you. Stop trying to accuse people of doing magic. Stop trying to accuse people of doing witchcraft because we all do it every day. We all got a cell phone and a TV, so shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. Oh no, something's fishy going on here.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Huh, do you think it's far-fetched that these phones are in fact black mirrors and we're scrying every day? Do you believe that phones, TVs are black mirrors and we, indeed, use it every day? Can this be part of the great deception? Whether it's in the hands of mystics or hidden in plain sight, the devices we use every day have been black mirrors. And you never know what's looking back. Alright, let's keep diving.
Hello everyone, hello spirits. Today I'm asking about our reality and birthright. Spirits, and Atu especially, tell me about our beginnings. So many people have been asking. Okay, Atu, what do you mean? Can you explain a bit more about this? Okay, so you said this before. Go on.
Remember who you are. The Gnostics know.
The Gnostic? Okay, too. So tell me more about these people that are doing it. Yeah, you've said this before, but Is this what you've spoken about before? And we are talking about the beginnings of mankind. Who's responsible for this? Who or what are the Archons? Etu, I have to ask, is there any news on Ozzy Osbourne? I know Etu, but he was clearly cherished and will be sadly missed. Okay, too, but he's already come through on other spirit boxes. So, who are they talking to? Bloody hell, too. Two, is there a spaceship in our solar system? What the hell, Etu? So what of the image they are calling the mothership? So going back to the 1940s and 50s. Etu, why is humanity so focused on who is the better or superior race? What do you mean exactly? Thank you, Etu.
Whether it's coincidence, suggestion, or a direct line to the other side, The spirit box is one of the most unsettling tools in the paranormal world. But the real danger isn't just in the voices. It's what follows you home.
The reason why I built it is to bring it out to you guys, to the public, alright? Like I said, the museum was closed down due to zoning issues. So in order to keep Ed and Lorraine's legacy alive was to bring these items out to you and educate you the same way Ed and Lorraine did. They used to do these tours at the house as well. So people are saying, why do you take the items outside of the museum? Well, people are saying all this warning sign. Lorraine said, do not take Annabelle outside of the museum. Lorraine never said that. When they had people over at the house when they were doing their class. I'm the one that built this case. The reason why I built it is to bring it out to you guys, to the public, alright? Like I said, the museum was closed down due to zoning issues. So in order to keep Ed and Lorraine's legacy alive was to bring these items out to you and educate you the same way Ed and Lorraine did. They used to do these tours at the house as well. So people are saying, why do you take the items outside of the museum? Well, people are saying all this warning sign. Lorraine said, do not take Annabelle outside of the museum. Lorraine never said that. When they had people over at the house when they were doing their classes, they would come into the museum. Ed would say, do not touch any of the artifacts in the museum. Do not open up this case. That's not to say that we can't open up the case. We were trained by Ed and Lorraine and Tony how to handle these objects, alright? And Ed and Lorraine would want us still to help you learn about paranormal, learn about devils, demons, and God. So that's why we're doing this today, alright? So, the 3 crosses represents the Trinity. Behind Annabelle, behind that felt inscribed into the wall is the Lord's Prayer. There's a St. Michael plaque on each side, and all that helps contain whatever is attached to Annabelle. We call it a demon attached to Annabelle, contains it in the case. Wade had made these gloves for me to handle Annabelle. I had a bad experience when I wasn't using these gloves. Got into a couple car accidents. Not my fault. Sitting at a red light, before I knew it, 3 cars were flying into me. And that was when I was on my way to help a client. And that was the first time I handled Annabelle.
My God. I think it's harder to breathe already.
Peggy, again, we don't mean to disrespect you at all. We come here just to hear your story. That's all we want to do. I'm going to reach in here, I'm going to grab you, but I'm asking you to not attach yourself to me at all. Do not give me any health problems. Do not give me any bad luck.
Seriously though, I remember what Zach said. This is serious. It's one thing to investigate around Peggy. It's another thing to look her in the eye, but nobody actually holds Peggy the doll. Let's try to make this quick.
Walking side by side.
Oh.
Me and the devil.
Oh, fuck. That scared me.
And then I open back up. Whoa, what do you feel?
This is almost like a surreal moment.
She's finally out of the exhibit. This is a historical moment for sure.
I feel strangely calm. She's a lot lighter than expected. I'm getting like a weird feeling that she was just misunderstood. Like she was misunderstood in life and in the afterlife.
One way to find out though.
How many entities or people are there in this room?
About 5.
5. Do all these 5 spirits here possess Peggy? Are you all using Peggy as a vessel? Why do you use Peggy as a vessel?
Target
other people. How many spirits use Peggy as a vessel?
Me.
So maybe just 1?
I lead.
What are your intentions? Why do you need Peggy?
Attraction?
Are you trying to attract people towards you? What's your intention? Why do you want people to come to this room? Is it true that you're
trying to...
It's known that Peggy gives people bad luck or health problems. Is that your intention? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Are you the only spirit controlling Peggy? It says it leads, so maybe there's something else.
No.
Who else is controlling Peggy?
Can't do it.
Whoever's leading is overpowering this other thing controlling Peggy.
I just hear a bunch of laughing.
It could be who Peggy was in real life and or a demonic entity in the afterlife who just took control.
Been waiting for.
How long do you plan to be with Peggy? Are you trapped in her forever?
Not now.
It has the ability to know your English teacher's name in the 4th grade. It has the ability to know the name of your dog when you were a child. and it will use this information to trick you. For example, you all have heard of a talking board or Ouija board? Okay, so when you use a device that calls in a spirit, even dowsing rods, for example, that you have no way of controlling who comes through, an inhuman spirit that roams the earth will manipulate that board and say, I'm your grandmother. Remember I gave you that little sailboat that you inflated on your 10th birthday? And you'll say, oh my gosh, my grandmother's coming through. And suddenly you have invited in an inhuman spirit into your home and unfortunately your life. Very soon you'll have acts of oppression, beds will shake, windows will rattle, and it will get worse and worse as time goes by, and that's when you call Nesper, for example, will come and investigate and hopefully take care of your situations.
Well, those two have
Yeah, oh yeah, they suck.
If you take pictures of this doll, it literally says it gives you cancer. And we did that. And then I got cancer that month or the next month.
Yeah.
But
what are the chances of that? Did you take a picture with it too, or
Yeah.
you both? Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's not it, but also, what are the odds? You know? It's
the reason I know it's not Robert, I hope, is like I felt a little bit of pain like before going to that trip.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean like any other haunted place. Like there's so many stories of, you know, diseases being caused by like paranormal and stuff like that. And like, I don't believe it, but it just makes you...
See, that would be my biggest fear is like investigating something like this, picking up something negative and all of a sudden destroying my life. But you can't point to that. You can't say, well, definitively it was that. Exactly. But my life fell apart. All of a sudden I found these vices and everything kind of went down.
Yeah.
You can't pin it on that.
Exactly.
But it's like, again, what are the chances?
Right. It's everything in paranormal is like coincidence, or like people stock it up to like coincidence and stuff. So
that's what makes it so interesting.
Scary.
You can't ever pinpoint one specific thing as the ultimate reason or confirmation. And that's, what makes you be able to keep going.
And also I think I would go insane if I was just like, Robert the doll gave me cancer. Like I would really obviously want to like quit doing haunted in general.
How many people take pictures of that doll?
Probably a lot.
But there are 10,000 letters, handwritten letters saying, I'm sorry to Robert the doll because of bad instances that happen after people take pictures.
I would love to know how many people take pictures versus how many of them get diagnosed with cancer within a 5-year period. And compare that to the normal statistics of like, hey, if 100,000 people take a picture with this thing, and the normal statistics might be like 1 in 30 or 1 in 20. I want to see if that skews the results.
That would be actually a great experiment.
That'd be really interesting.
I don't know how many people would participate. That's someone's going to get sued on that one.
Yeah.
We went to a place in Florida where,
despite it feeling weird, we figured we still need to tell the story because this is a good reminder to everybody that you need to check on your loved ones. It seemed this woman had passed and was laying here for God knows how long before she was found. So check in on your loved ones, guys.
Right in the middle of the hallway, a human body stain can be seen on the floor next to a walker, indicating that the old woman probably had a bad fall and couldn't get up. Sadly, she passed away and her body decomposed before anyone could save her, which is a terrifying way to die. There appear to be signs that the woman's family members tried to sort through her things after she passed away, but overall her various belongings are in perfectly good shape, including her bathroom supplies, which were still there at the time of the recording. It's hard to watch the footage without having conflicting feelings. Even though the house is beautiful and you can easily tell that the woman who lived there with her husband was a talented, outgoing person, it's incredibly sad to see how she met her end. Overall, the footage should serve as a reminder to check in on your loved ones every time you get the chance, because nobody deserves to pass away like that. Since 2020, Rhythm with Ryder hasn't gone back to that location.
But before we close tonight, I want to remind you, there's still light worth holding on to. Alright, that wraps up another one for the HFC Podcast. We've seen portals, heard voices, and faced what lies in the dark, and learn what scrying really is. These phones, right? It's nuts. Remember, the strongest weapon is spiritual warfare and faith. Pray over your home, speak the word, read Psalms 91, keep your spirit anchored in truth. The enemy will use curiosity, fear, even beauty to draw you in. But always remember, in the shadow, light always breaks through. Alright, this world is worth protecting, so keep the faith. I'm Dane from the HFC Podcast. Connect with us on Facebook, and always stay watchful, stay prayed up, never stop testing the spirits. And real quick, for these awesome members who purchase merch, these guys right here, thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate that. And for those of you who bought merch and wants to be featured, send me a picture in an email, and I'll feature you. And for those of you who are my members, you see I'm down bringing more music to you. Also, on the next membership drop, it's going to be my personal testimony of my life. And that's going to be very dark. And it's going to be good talk therapy. But that's for the members only. For those of you who want to become members, just join up. It's, and Facebook is free. All right, enough said. HFC signing out. Peace.